What am I reviewing today? Let me show you. Transformers Prime Shockwave, baby! I found him in Target, if that's where you want to look for him. There were 2 left. I flipped out when I saw him. I literally was freaking out in the store. Shockwave, the Decepticon, the next figure that I need. Oh, I'm so happy. The cunning and brutal Decepticon scientist Shockwave plans to clone an unstoppable Predacon army. Strength of a 3, intelligence 10, blah blah blah, speed 3, endurance and rank of an 8, courage of a 9, and fire blast and skill of a 10. Hyperflux spinning cannon, which you can see right there. His Cybertronian tank mode, I guess we're back to the H-Tank. He has a little beast parts that can pop on, Transformers Prime, blah blah blah, got some artwork of him. I am going to absolutely tear this thing out of the box. Time for Tales of the Beast Hunters, Chapter 11. Continued from Chapter 10, Deluxe Smokescreen. Shockwave. Hyperflux cannons, spinning panels gather ambient cosmic energy to power blast. Nothing. Missiles create miniature black holes on impact, totally destroying any target. Energy collects vortex, also creates a heat shield around Shockwave that defends incoming fire. You can see Shockwave right there, and we got his story. So, with Megatron gone missing, Shockwave makes the decision to end his Predacon cloning program. A force of Predacons united under Predaking could spell doom for the Decepticons, as well as the Autobots. He is in the middle of shutting down his hyper-evolution laboratory when he spots an Autobot spy hiding in the shadows among the still occupied chambers. A plan forms in his precise and brilliant mind, destroy the Autobot and the lab, and lay the blame for the annihilation of the cloning program at the feet of Optimus Prime and his soldiers. Such an event would drive Predaking into rage that would doubtlessly utterly consume the Autobots in its fury. Continued in Chapter 12, Deluxe Skystalker. Yeah, so I'm really liking that story. Very cool. It really doesn't have anything to do with the show, we can tell that by now. But whatever, there's the story continued from the toys. Now, here we have Shockwave in his H-Tank mode, or Cybertronian tank mode, which we now have seen that this is his mode in the show, his alternate mode. We saw him on Cybertron rolling around like this. He didn't have these things. When we talk about these are his beast parts to make him blend in with the beast figures. Obviously, since we've never had a Shockwave, it was extremely nice of Hasbro to just give us a normal Shockwave figure. But if you want it to be all beastified, you can add this, and it kind of looks like a walking creature with like eyes and then a little mandible things hanging and then a mouth, kind of like ROTF Devastator. To get these off, this just pegs in. I'll show you how to peg them in on robot mode on the chest. And then these things is a peg right there, and it just pegs on right there. Same thing with this one, just pegs on. And here we have Shockwave in his show accurate tank mode. Now one thing I do not like about this a whole lot is that it's not asymmetrical. That's the right word. As you can see, shoulder pad there, no shoulder pad there. And then on the bottom here, we have a shoulder pad there, no shoulder pad there. And it just kind of looks really off, but it doesn't bug me that much. And sometimes this thing gets like turned to the right or turned to the left, and this sometimes isn't straight. But whatever. As you can see, we have the tank turret up top, and when you press this thing opens up, and it spins. And one thing that is extremely cool, that missile in there, it doesn't fire anything, but when you open this, it pretty much lights up. And it looks like it's lighting up, I swear. Like, it's really hard to see on here, but it looks like it's lighting up. Like, it's very, very cool. Animated Shockwave was a tank, was an H-Tank. Movie Shockwave was kind of an H-Tank. He was a tank, and he was an H-Tank, but it was very, very close to not being an H-Tank. But it was Cybertronian tank, nonetheless. So, a very nice tank mode. I'm going to transform to his robot mode, which I don't like doing. Not because it's hard or anything, because there's a step in here that really makes me nervous. So what you want to do is unpeg that from there. Now, right here, there's a peg right here on the side of this chest piece that is in here. You need to very gently take this thigh, start swiveling it backwards, and then just very smoothly, without bending that tab, get it out of that thigh. Do not bend that tab. Okay, do the same on the other side. The one that I showed you actually had to do with this, that side that I used to show you. I've already bent that one, and I cracked it, and that is definitely going to fall off. and I just stressed it out on the other side. So do that and be extremely, extremely gentle. Stretch out this arm, kind of bring these up, bring that around, bring this chest piece up, take the thigh, rotate that, get the leg down, take these feet, rotate these, and then just slide that up. And his other foot, I cannot get this thing to slide up all the way. That was very, very tight. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let me angle up. What you want to do is take these things, kind of rotate these down to the side, take his head, bring this, unpeg this arm, rotate that around, take this backpack, push those pieces in, rotate that back, rotate his head, rotate his arms back, take these chest pieces, bring these up, take this chest piece and just tab that into place, take his arms down, kind of rotate these up. Now with his backpack, one of this hose on this side unravels, or the tread unravels I should say, to make Shockwave's hose for his cannon. Now what you gotta do is just come in here and just take this piece out, which can be a little tough to do. And one thing that I'm worried about is right here where it has to bend to go around this purple piece, it's actually getting stressed out. So lots of things on this toy getting stressed out that I do not like. And on his cannon here, you just have a little plug and you just peg it in. And then you have a hose for Shockwave, and you just bring this little backpack down, take these spikes and rotate these out. And ladies and gentlemen, here we have the mad Dr. Scientist Shockwave in his robot mode, and he looks awesome looking. This just looks really fantastic. And are these things supposed to be jutting out like that? I don't know if they're supposed to be out like that or not. I'm just gonna put them away for this sake, because I don't actually think they are, because they're not jutting out like that on the box, but they're on the side picture. But I think that looks a little bit better. If someone wants to let me know if this is show accurate, I'll probably check after this review. Now this hose, I don't really like leaving it attached. I'm afraid it's getting stressed out. Also, it kind of moves his arm forward a little bit. When I push it back, it'll push automatically back forward, and you still have the option of the thing, Shockwave's articulation. You can rotate his head 360, his shoulders go up and down, in and out, swivel here, bend here, ball joint at the hand, but the hand can really only go in and out like this. It's too tight to like actually swivel. Now this arm is the same thing, except no hand. It has this, but it is a little bit more limited because of that hose back here, which is kind of getting in the way. Now his legs, big problem with all these fans out there. Now he has ratchet joints going in and out, so that's one ratchet. It's two ratchet. That's only two. Look how far that is. So that's kind of ridiculous. So if you want to spread his legs, they have to be that far, which I just now realize is awful. But Shockwave is always walking around like just normal, like this. So you don't really need two big wide stances out of his legs for this figure. So it's kind of good. Goes in forward and back. I think the ratchet joints should be like on this one. They not good normal ratchet joints at this leg, and the feet go up and down like that, mainly for transformation reasons. But this figure is freaking fantastic looking. Now, if you have this figure and you haven't heard the thing about the face yet, I'm about to ruin it for you. I'll give you a thumbs up when I'm done ruining the toy for you. Ready? This looks like a mouth. It looks like a big cartoony happy mouth. I just ruined the look of the toy for you. He's got a chest here that can open up like Soundwave. Both waves have opening chests. That's not intentional, obviously. It's for transformation. But you can see these little things here that kind of look like a Cyclops eyes, I guess. But really cool looking figure. He's got the big backpack like he does in the show. I'll give you a few comparisons. Here he is with his commander. He's not that much taller, but I don't think he's too tall. I've always thought this Megatron was too short. And here he is with the Voyager Optimus, which I love so much more now that we've seen him in the show. Alright, now I'll show you how to peg these things on. As you can see on here, there's a tab right here and a tab right here. and holes on his chest right there. All you gotta do is line up the tabs and the holes. Get that on there all nice and tightly. And that looks just ridiculous. And then there's little pegs on here that tab into holes on his shoulders, which is very hard to do, so I'm not doing it on camera. And here is all beasted up. Now in the vehicle mode, they made it look like an animal. It would have been really cool if they did that with this mode too. Now, this rubber feels like the rubber it did on Smokescreen's Beast Armor, but not as soft. But here he is. The chest looks okay. I despise the little shoulder things, but it kind of looks worse because I don't have them pegged in all the way. But I really just don't like the Beast Armor. Which is why I choose to take it off and leave it to the side. So, this is a very, very nice figure. You're not getting too many wide poses because of his legs, like I said, but I mean, you don't really need him because of his, like, personality in the show. I mean, that's just pretty cool. And then I wish it would lock when it stopped. It would end like that, how it's supposed to, but it doesn't. Now, to transform him back, what you want to do first is put away that hose. So you just got to untab it, wrap it around, put it back inside here, and there's an actual slot that lines up with the hose that you want to line up in there, get it all pushed in, and then your Shockwave's tread right back in. So after you've done that, you want to just come to the front here, take his arms, put them off to the side, take this, rotate this out, and then kind of rotate this like that, and then like that, and then put the feet down, and have his legs ready for his H-Tank mode. Take his feet and slide them forward. And you kind of want to stop when he gets to, I don't know, right about there. And I saved my self-embarrassment of sliding that out because I could not get it to do it before, and it was very hard to do it. So take this, rotate this down. Now, to get this back in, oh God. Now, what you want to do is you want to get this, and I have to thank Optibotimus for giving such a detailed explanation on how to do this. You just got to kind of get it in the groove. Oh, God. That wasn't supposed to happen. And then what you're supposed to do is rotate the thigh down so that it gets into there. And then what you want to do is just do the same on the other side. Get it in there. Rotate the thigh down onto that peg without cracking it. And that will kind of keep the legs locked like this. Come to his head. Rotate it around. Take his backpack. Get it out of the way. Rotate the arms back so they're out of the way. Rotate these little chest panel-y things down. And then rotate this up, like so. Rotate this up, and then there's a little tab. You want to peg that in right there. And then you pretty much have the front of Shockwave's vehicle mode done, but that's all not straight. Now you want to come to here, take this, rotate that, bring this down, and there's a peg here and a hole on here. Peg that in. And this hand kind of hanging down here is pretty ugly, but there's nothing you can really do about it. Bring these down to the side. Take these in the back. These, spread them. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have Shockwave back in his H-Tank mode. But now that we've seen his vehicle mode in the show, I think this is a much better looking vehicle mode. I think it looks fantastic and very accurate. It's asymmetrical. Who cares? Sometimes this doesn't get straight. Who cares? Because it does that. But it doesn't lock into place. It's very nice. The robot mode is what completely shines about this toy. This robot mode is freaking fantastic. I can't even explain to you how much I love the look of the robot mode. I was so excited to get this open. So, vehicle mode is not bad. The transformation is simple, but the fact that that tab is breaking and I'm being very gentle, the hose is cracking, and I know it has to be wound around. There's nothing they could do about that. Whatever, I'm not going to take points off of that just because of how great his robot mode looks. If you're going to keep him in that mode, you don't really have to worry about those kind of things getting stressed out. So alright guys, thank you for watching this review of the Beast Hunters Voyager Shockwave by Pixar Prime 10. Have a great day.